Any better.
Well, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
You know what? I've had to start planning out my outfits here. I don't want to wear the
Yeah.
same thing twice.
Yeah, I've got a few like go to it's the morning and I'm like gonna get out of bed 5 minutes before this. Are you going into the office today? Is this your
No,
presentation to the world or is this your like I just got up?
I just got up. Oh, I wouldn't wear this to the office.
I don't know. I don't think anyone cares anymore. Excuse me.
They told us
Very
that we don't
professional
have
yawn.
to. Yeah, they said we don't have to. There's no more dress code. So
Really? They
they did
said
that
no
during the
more
pandemic.
dress code. Huh.
No more business
I'm
casual is
in the
casual
office or you mean at home?
in the office. There's certainly no dress code at home.
I'm actually very surprised to hear that. We got our hands slapped for wearing hats, which it should have been,
Yeah,
right?
that's a little casual.
Yeah, it's very especially for a sales guy. Like you can't the idea is or the thing that was said that I thought was most interesting was the people that you're talking to are not going to bring you in front of their most senior leaders if you show up looking casual, whether they like you or not.
Yeah, I mean that
I think there's
checks out.
something to that. So eliminating the dress code completely, that sounds like it might have even more of a downstream impact. But there you are.
We don't have clients aren't coming into the bank
Yeah.
where I work, so that's not an issue.
Okay, now I can't hear you at all.
Turn this down. I gotta find the sweet spot here.
Wherever you had it was great at the beginning.
Oh, it did. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is better.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's great.
Okay.
You're, are you tinkering?
I'm trying to not have it crackly. I watched the last episode. I couldn't watch it.
You got it. Something's off.
So
Oh man, sorry, that was a big yawn.
this sounds okay. No crackling.
No, it doesn't sound okay. It sounds let me try to think of the right way to describe it. It sounds kind of in and out, right? Loud and then just as your voice naturally fluctuates, it gets quieter.
So if I is
You're
this
fine.
any better? Too
It's
much.
yeah, that's an all-out assault on our ears.
How about this?
Still feeling a bit assaulted, but better.
Motherfucker, man. I'm just messing with these. The problem is I can't hear myself, and I
Yeah.
can't hear.
So I maybe tell me what setting you're adjusting.
I'm in the
We
G.
gotta stop doing the microphones at the beginning
Yeah.
of each show.
All right, let me just talk for a minute because now I can't hear myself. So I sound low.
No, you sound okay. It's just inconsistent. You know, throughout even a one word or two words, the volume is changing.
So I got
Right.
the gate.
Oh, there you go. Whatever you're doing now.
I'm messing with the gate, and the gate takes small amounts of like if you are breathing, it doesn't
Mm.
register. Like it'll set the level at which microphones pick up sound higher than stuff that you don't want to have heard, like breathing or
Think
yawning.
people were nice to Bill Gates? What's up, Gates? You gonna open the gates? You ever seen Chris Rock's bit on the comedy special Tambourine? Allison and I went out on Saturday night together and had like a really nice 5 hour dinner. And I don't know, somehow that
Five
came up.
hours.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We sat at the bar and just kind of hung out because we couldn't get a table. There's like a really cool restaurant around here called Faborge. It's a French restaurant, but like it has a retractable roof patio and it was really nice that night. So it was just a cool place to hang out for a while. But anyway, we came home and we were talking. Somehow the topic came up of Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, and I was mentioning to her that Chris Rock stand up where he does that bit. Basically, like the bit is kids need to be bullied, and he just like I can't do it justice, but he's like, you think people were nice to Mark Zuckerberg? What up, Zucker fucker? What up, Zucker sucker fucker Zucker fuck Zuck? It's so funny, and it does the same thing with Bill Gates. What up, Gates, you four-eyed Charlie Brown looking bitch? I can't do it like Chris Rock. In case you couldn't tell already.
That's why.
Here, let me go back into the bag for something I know works.
How do you how soon do you think after Will Smith slapped him, do you think he called his manager and said, book a fucking tour? I'm going back out to the tour, man. Will Smith just slapped me. And
did that actually happen?
I'm just guessing. He's on tour now.
He was in comedy clubs like the day after, I want to say, testing out material.
Now he's booking theaters, right? Like it's a big production.
So are you saying that he's smart enough to know when to seize the moment, or are you saying that being slapped by Will Smith inspired so much comedy that he had to get out there, or maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, both.
Yeah.
He just is like, I'm going to make a lot of money off of this. Let's do it.
Right. Tour. Yeah. This is my 15 minutes of everyone in America talking about me at the same time. Yeah. I mean, you kind of have to cash in on those moments, either that, or you're just kind of remembered as the dude who got slapped on stage. Right. I think that's probably like subconsciously the part of him that was motivated the most. Was like, I'm nearing the end of my career. This can't be my legacy. This can't be the last thing people are saying about me. That Will Smith walked up in front of, millions of people watching the Oscars and slapped me.
What a crazy event. Well, no.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I got to admit, like, I don't like anything that it stood for. I'm not, a pro-violence person, but I did find it entertaining.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe that it happened. I learned about it the same way I learned that Donald Trump had COVID, which was opening Instagram the next morning and looking at a meme page. I was like, well, he didn't really slap him. What? And then you go to CNN or something. Oh, that actually happened.
Right. He did that. He did that. Now, we've both, let me try to think of the right way to tee this up. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you've been close to acting out in that way? So, like, I kind of get the impression from him that Jada was gassing him up pretty good, right? And that's just one scenario. But, like, have you ever felt like that tingle in your spine in public of like, oh my God, I'm about to do something stupid?
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yep. I crow hop punched a guy in the face at a bar, and
what a badass.
It was so bad. I felt as soon as I did it, I was even while I was throwing the punch, it was like happening in slow motion, and I like moved. I was gonna hit him perfectly. He wasn't even looking for it. It was just the story's not worth getting into, but he kind of deserved it. Let's put it this way: he came up to me afterwards and apologized.
Yeah, if you get a post crow hop punch apology, you're probably justified.
Anyway, I did it, and even while I was throwing the punch, in my head I was like, "Don't do this. It's too late to stop." But like miss the target. Like I was going right here, and I ended up getting him like here. I like grazed his chin.
So you better judgment kicked in right at the last possible second. Yeah. Well, at least, a slight improvement in judgment. I can tell you're not proud of it. I'm not going to needle you over it, but that is interesting. How long ago was this?
10 years ago. I had it was good that it happened, because I then was like, I'm never doing that again.
Right.
It's like that.
You're not a fighter.
It scared me enough.
I mean, you're certainly a capable fighter, but I don't see you as a person who wants to fight.
No, it's not worth it. At some point, you're like, would you really gonna risk going to jail?
Well, I think that the people who do fight or have a compulsion to fight, of which I've known many, and I'm sure you have too. Have you ever like hung out with someone who it was like a problem? And they didn't like it, like they weren't seeking it out, but they kind of couldn't help themselves. I had a good friend like that, and he like, getting to know him a little bit, I understood why he was like that a little bit more. And, it's always a sad story when you get to the bottom of it, but like he would get involved in couples arguing just to try to fight the guy. Like he'd see a couple arguing in the parking lot of a Pirates game and be like, "Yo, what are you saying to her?" And I used to think like, this guy's going to get himself killed, you know? But I think that I think that like anything else, if the risk is worth the reward, you do it. So I think that the reward for the guys who like fighting is like so big, but I'd love to hear their side of what that is. Like, what is it that maybe is it impressing people? Is it like dominating another man? I could get that. I could get behind all that.
I guess, man. I don't know. The adrenaline's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
It's an adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah. Anyway. 7:28
Survival
on
of the
East
fittest.
Coast.
It's
7:28 on the East Coast.
52 degrees, 35 degrees here in Montclair.
That sounds
Today
low.
there'll be a high of 56, a low of 35. Partly sunny. Winds out the southwest at 3 miles an hour.
I can't
Here
believe
is
my
Eddie
microphone
Vedder.
sounds so bad.
Yeah, neither can I actually.
I'm turning all this off.
I can't believe your microphone sounds so bad either because you've got such a good setup and you've got the fuzzy top.
Does this sound better?
No, stop messing with things. What's wrong with you? You can't help yourself. You're like a compulsive microphone tinkerer.
Probably. You know what the issue is? I don't
I think
know.
yes. I think I do know what the issue is.
I can't fix it unless we're doing this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not true. So the software has a little test function.
I know. And I do that, but then I
Yeah, but
have
you
to
only get
run,
like.
I run G-Hub through the soundboard.
There we go.
And the soundboard
There we go.
goes into StreamYard.
Here we go. So now we're getting to the now we're getting to the problem. Why do you have us?
But this has been it's been like this since we started doing this.
Mm-hmm. Go on. Tell me more.
It hasn't already sounded this as bad as it did last time.
Okay, so I'm going to be your therapist. So Rich, when you plug the mic into the soundboard, what are you hoping to accomplish?
I want to be able to play this on command.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me more about that. What does playing this mean to Rich?
I don't have the energy for this right now. This bit. I don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know where I'm going with that either. I guess what I'm trying to say is it necessary at all to do what you're doing and plug it into a soundboard? I have mine plugged into my computer. I sound great.
Well, let me just try it. Let me get out of there.
That sounds like a much better use of our time than that therapist bit.
So now you can hear me.
Yeah.
And does it sound any different?
A little softer or more faint, but not much.
All right. So maybe this is a little bit better then.
Ooh, but then I heard that crackle again.
God damn it, man. I'm not
But
saying
it was just one. It was just one. You might be okay. I may have jumped the gun there.
All right. I'll just see this if this works.
So when you notice how like I'm back here, it's a little softer, but even if I'm up here, it's not like blastering out your eardrums, right?
Right.
I believe there's a little knob on the microphone.
Yeah.
That you can adjust your gain, right? Should be facing you.
Unless it's all the way up.
It's probably all the way up. And shouldn't it be facing you?
No, you're supposed to speak into the side with the blue.
Oh, dude, this is I shouldn't have opened that can of worms.
I know
whatever you just did.
Yeah, I turned the gain all the way up.
Yeah, definitely turn it down. Okay.
So it was all the way down.
Yeah. You know what? That right there was a great adjustment. Whatever you just did, the next time you're feeling too loud, just turn that gain down a little bit.
But I've had it down the entire time.
Oh, you've had it all the way down.
Yeah.
Well, do you ever think you've taken too many steps in this setup of yours?
Yes. That's exactly right. I feel like that's exactly what happened here. Let me just try something here.
Did you move your guitar on the wall? Did you play it? Because I feel like the strap's in a different place.
No, I haven't played. I don't think I've played that once since Monday. But you know, the camera isn't set, and it kind of.
Are you playing every day?
Pretty much. Some days I don't if I'm just too busy. But yesterday I played for an hour.
That's great.
I'm over 800 hours on that game.
That's incredible, man. I was thinking about it the other day, actually. So, for our non-existent listeners, Rich taught himself to play the guitar, basically using Guitar Hero, but not with a little plastic guitar, but a game that was like Guitar Hero for the actual guitar. So he runs the guitar through the computer, and it tells you what strings to hit. I was at his house last winter, and I tried it, and it's really hard. It's like you really have to lock in and focus. Shout out Jose Escobar for being pretty good at it, actually. I mean, I think he had some guitar playing in his past, but man, that's tough. Like I'm so impressed that you taught yourself how to play the guitar that way. I mean, I guess if you stick with anything, but like getting through those first moments of sucking at it and continuing to go back, I would actually venture to say that's your superpower. That's the thing you do better than anyone I've ever met. You will grind through that period of it's like it's not important for you to be good at anything at the beginning. Even though you are good at a lot of things, it's not important to you. It's like you're more focused on the long term. What's that about?
Yeah, I think that what they call that you get one track mind.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I just need to get better. I am addicted to getting better at something.
Yeah, that's cool. That's like the healthiest addiction I've ever heard in my life. That's really awesome.
It is. It can also be. It's not bad in the world of addiction. That's probably one of the better ones.
But you're still noticing it's compulsive behavior.
And it, right. It happened, especially with music. That's something that's I've always just been like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But it's hard to
it all started with the trumpet in 4th grade.
Yeah, I did not feel the same draw to learning the trumpet.
I believe I was angrily thrown out of that class for inability to make any progress towards playing the trumpet. Is that how you remember it?
I remember the fact that you didn't have a trumpet; you had a cornet.
Yeah, my dad's cornet from when he was in high school. And it was like in this old case. Gosh. Well, I guess, a cornet's not too different from a trumpet. It's just smaller, right?
Well, let's see. Let's just bring it up.
I remember that. I still remember the smell of that cornet in the case, the velvet case. It was actually kind of cool, but I had no interest in learning how to play it. I put very little effort into it, and I had no natural talent. Zero. You got a cornet picture?
Yes, I do.
All right, let's see it.
Just found one.
Did you look up like 1950s cornet?
I didn't have to. That's all.
Beautiful.
They were all made.
Yeah, so that's a pretty significant difference. Yeah, so the story is that I think in 4th grade everyone's got to sign up for an instrument, and Rich and I signed up for the trumpet, and my dad was basically like, you don't need that. I don't need to buy you a new trumpet. Just take this one. It's from the 50s. It's it's got a case. What are you talking about? And then I showed up, and the instructor was like, that's not the instrument we're playing. And, I guess I just had to gut it out from there.
I mean, I assume that cornet, it's like a marching band trumpet, but
is that what it is?
Marching. I don't know. It looks like it, right? It's stumping.
I thought it was just like a slightly different sound. And like street musician oriented.
Yeah, but that's a problem.
Like
they don't have cornet music.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's really hard to play. I would imagine the trumpet wasn't that easy either, but you only got the 3 buttons, right?
Yeah, that's it. 3 buttons. Get your spit valves here. You got a couple of those.
You got a slide. Does it have a slide? Does it have a slide or no?
I think this slides to tune it.
Yeah. What's the ring on the what's that?
I think you just hold your finger in there.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah, that seems right.
This and the
and that's for your thumb. Right.
This just looks like someone actually backed over a trumpet in their car. And this is what came out the other side. They're like, cornet.
It's got a cutesy little name though. Cornet. Don't fuck with your microphone anymore, or else I'm gonna. I guess, can I threaten you in any way? Do I have any means of threatening you? Probably not. Do what you want. I'm not gonna do anything.
So did you come up with any logo designs?
No, I didn't. This has been a pretty busy week for me, and today is going to be a little bit more of the same. But I was thinking of, you want me to do a crude mock-up of what I was thinking?
Yeah.
So I have this book, this little booklet, and I don't know why I named it this, but I like sometimes thinking about how words are similar, but not like depot and despot. Or like mature in nature. Anyway, so I named this book Josh's Mature Nature. And I drew a little palm tree on it.
It's a palm tree, huh?
Yeah, you can't tell. There's the palm leaves, and then there's a coconut.
You're like looking at it from the bottom.
Yeah, it's like come on, dude. What you never seen a palm tree from the bottom before, idiot?
I love how, real quick, every time they show a hurricane hitting Florida, those palm trees are just loving it, just hanging out. Like, give us category 5 wins. We're built for this. I love that. So I also have Paint 3D open, so maybe we can just do one.
Yeah, do it
while we're on here. Let's start with this. This. Okay.
Is that perfect or what?
It's a good start.
How about this as our logo?
It's uncentered. We're done.
Josh's Mature Nature. This is just sitting in a drawer. I like to leave myself little Easter eggs in my own life that I look at later, and it just delights me that I'm such a, like, I genuinely make myself feel joy from my own jokes. I know you feel the same way. I don't even have to ask that question.
Of course.
I'm going to keep Josh's Mature Nature out just in case I need to sketch down some ideas during this process.
Do you actually draw nature, or is it just the name of the book you doodle in?
So I think that my intention with this was that I was going to bring this with me when I was camping, because I had a few camping trips scheduled, and then I didn't go on any of them, and it just sat in my drawer, and now it's just a little token to remind me of a different time. Josh's Mature Nature. So I kind of say I like that as is. Uncentered, regular font, alignment to the right. What do you think about that? Oh, look at that Windows UI.
Done. Okay.
What do you think?
That's our logo.
I kind of like it. It's chaotic.
Let's humor each other here and maybe come up with a second logo.
Okay.
I just saved it. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. I just saved it.
Why do we still need? So I watched this video last night on YouTube, which is, my favorite thing to do in the world. And it was about the difference between skeuomorphs and neomorphism in design, specifically the design of Apple. So skeuomorphs, basically, think of the first iPhone when they needed to get customers to get comfortable using their touchscreen phone as a notepad. So they made the notepad look like a yellow legal pad, right? The actual app design was this little leather bound binding and then the yellow legal pad. They made the contacts book look like a day planner, right? And the app represented it as well. That's called a skeuomorph. And then Johnny Ive took over as the basically like pharaoh of design at Apple. He just consolidated power until they got to the top. And then he went more towards the flat design that we have now. So taking out the dimension of the apps And now what's happening is a trend towards neomorphism, which is bringing back dimension in the actual design. So it's not as flat. It has a little bit more dimension, but it's not relying on a connection to the real world anymore because we're all used to computers. I thought that was really interesting. Did that make any sense?
Yeah, I got
Would have
you.
been one of those. That would have been a good time to have interrupted me.
Well, what do you think? I'm gonna try something crazy here. You let me know what you think.
Do something crazy. You underlined it. Ooh. You know what? Doesn't that just make it look more important? Because it's like, okay, watch this, right? So, hey, Rich, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, Rich, how's it going? You see how I leaned in? I feel like the words are
Rich.
leaning towards you.
It adds a little tone to the words.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, how's it
Yeah.
going? Like, hey, Rich.
Hey. Sometimes I think it's a little bit too aggressive. It's like, hey, Rich, how's it going? Hey, man.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it a little even more aggressive. So you let me know what you think.
You bolded it. Oh boy, this is getting wild.
So now I don't. Oh, there we go. So you can do 3D. You can rotate it. Right. That's exciting.
Yeah, that is. We should be using Miro for this.
You keep saying that you work on this fantasy product that I've yet to see.
It is. I don't want to turn this into a Miro demo, but I'm tempted to.
Go with a color, maybe. 3D selection though. We want to make it 3D. Remember whenever we were designing stuff when we were in school, and
if you could get your hands on some of that stuff,
I know,
like
so
the Madame Jula stuff. Oh my God. I don't think I've ever laughed this hard. 2 times I remember laughing the hardest in my life. One was when we were sitting on those stadium seats in your basement watching the Bill Cosby "Dad is great, give us the chocolate cake" for the first time. And you and I were like doubled over laughing. The other time was when we were in your den on the computer, the Batman cartoon maker, and we made the Madame Jula eats children cartoon. Our French teacher, Jula, boy, she was a robust woman, huh?
Look, I will just say this: she was stern with us.
Yeah,
and I get
for good reason.
Now
yeah, I get it too. We didn't know anything about French. We had very little interest in allowing her to teach French, and we certainly were funny, but I probably not to her.
Mixed reality.
I've never used Microsoft Paint in my life. I've heard about it, but I can see why now I've never used it because it looks pretty boring.
Well, check this out.
Is it AR? Do I need to put on my VR headset to see it?
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for a second?
AR?
What happened? VR. Yeah.
VR.
Yeah, you do that.
VR guy.
You think I'm a big VR guy?
Look at this. This is like a GeoCities GIF from the website.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, we can have the light rotate. I like that.
Who thinks that this is going to catch on?
No one.
How is this going to be the way that we all play video games and in meetings? Like we talk about it at Miro. Like, VR meetings are going to be the future. Like, no, they're not. Are they?
Probably not.
Probably not. Like, everyone's going to sit around a table with a fucking headset on? Are you kidding me?
We are generations away from that happening.
So this is the Meta Quest 2.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Miro and my good friend Ryan Kennedy. It's pretty cool. Like there's a game on. Have you ever put one on and used it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude. So it's worth it. Like I know you're going to laugh at this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. The first time I put that on and I did the Journey to Space. So there's like apps that are VR apps. So YouTube has a VR app, not a ton of content, but like they have some VR videos. And there's one called A Journey to Space. And basically you start, they attach the camera to a weather balloon or a balloon that can go up to very high altitudes. And there's all these graphics overlaid. So it shows you, okay, now you're at the height of the Burj Khalifa, Empire State Building. Now you're at whatever. And you go all the way up to the stratosphere, right? I almost cried. Like it was really powerful because it feels so real, right? You feel, and then you look down and there's nothing under you and you feel like you're floating. And you've seen those videos of people, like when people put up their headsets on their moms and they like jump headfirst into their own walls, right? It's not hard to figure out why that happens, but so that is really cool. And there's a game now, there's a Madden. It's not Madden, but like there's an NFL sim where you're the quarterback, real stadiums, real players, and you've got to drop back and pass. It's very cool. Like you're really seeing it from a quarterback's point of view. I do, yeah. Because the games are like $20 and you can only play them for like an hour and a half before you're totally bored with them. But the feeling of it, like you know what it felt like? It felt like when the PlayStation 2 came out and Madden, that first Madden with Eddie George on the cover, I think it was Madden 2000, was like such a big leap forward that you just knew in 10 years, this is going to be insane. That's how I feel about that.
You get the, you understand the technology and the possibility.
I do. I just can't imagine that many people are going to want to put a headset on to do it, you know?
Certainly not for stuff like meetings, but
yeah,
you know, I think games, eventually once they.
Now I think augmented reality has a much better chance of catching on in the business world. If I can wear glasses like this and all of a sudden I'm seeing everyone pull up a report and it's projected out into my field of view, I don't have to connect to some projector, you know, like that would definitely be valuable. And I think Apple's coming out with augmented reality glasses in the next year.
Those exist already.
From
I've
Apple?
seen commercials for Ray-Ban makes augmented reality glasses. Maybe they're not augmented reality.
No, they
have cameras.
They make video capture. Yeah, right.
But it's, you know, they're close.
Yeah, you're right. You know, it's interesting because like if Apple makes them, they're gonna be great, right? That company doesn't have a lot of flops. And I wonder, would that be enough to get you over to the ecosystem?
It's gonna take a lot, man. We learned about this in grad school. When it comes to digital technology, it's all about being the first mover. And you know, you hook on to something and it's really hard for people to change what they use once they get familiar with it. And so for me, I just don't want to go through, like I have everything is Google, right? I've got Google, not just the phone, but I use the apps on the computer. I use Nests all around the house.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I was thinking about that last night. So here's my question to you. I use a lot of Google products too, which I pay a total of $0.00 for. Is Google Sheets, Google Docs free?
Yeah.
Or do I just have a license through work?
It's free.
It's free, right? Why is Excel and Word still around? Like, shouldn't that be game over for them?
Well, I think now you have Microsoft 365, which is essentially building in the functionality of cloud. You know, everyone can use the same sheet at the same time. So now they're the same.
That's Google Sheets, and you get that for free.
They're not identical. They're not.
I think they're pretty close. Certainly enough for my usage and yours, most likely. Maybe not yours in the Sheets, but I would assume Sheets is pretty robust.
It's fine. It does it could do the basic stuff, but I think again, you have people who are. Have you ever seen someone? We talked about this. You've seen someone use Excel and they're just boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
And then all the short, never use the mouse.
Yeah.
And then to get them to get away from that and go to Sheets.
Well, dude, that's a very real thing that we deal with at Miro, like getting people off of PowerPoint. So I haven't used PowerPoint in 2 years now since joining the company, and I don't need to. But talking to these consultants every day, trying to get them into a world where they feel comfortable going away from it's never. I don't want to say it's never going to happen, but it's going to take a long time. You know,
Right.
they will die hard on that hill. Anyway,
Yeah.
how's the logo coming along?
What do you think? I don't know.
I think.
How else to mess
Can I see the animation again?
Oh, that was just me dragging it around.
Oh,
I don't know if
I
you can
like
actually
this.
animate it, but is this not?
I kind of like it.
GeoCities?
Yeah,
This is a GeoCities GIF right under
I'm
under the
actually
instruction badge.
really impressed that we were able to mock this up. Like, I don't think I would have been able to do this. Actually, I probably have software on this computer that could make like a feature film. I just don't know how to use it.
Yeah, I'm sure you.
Maybe let's add some color.
Sure. I think I have to go back into here and add it. Let me do that. What color were you looking? Were you thinking of?
You know, what I was thinking is I would like it to be kind of gradient, right? I want to see like a reflection of the logo below and some gradient color. Can you make that happen?
Let's see.
I kind of want it to look like this.
Oh, this is you can put it in you can use the camera. I see. All right. Hang on. No.
What do you mean?
So you can actually project this onto using your webcam.
Do it.
It's saying it won't do it. Let's try to get
So I guess we can't.
Let me see what it says. There was a problem starting the camera. It may be in use by now.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Well, you could probably go into the settings and make it and differentiate between cameras. So like I have the built-in camera, but I'm not using it, right? So you could probably use one or the other. Actually, I don't know if your computer can do that at the same time.
So what color? So you wanted a gradient on the shadow?
Yeah.
Down here?
In it. Yeah, you got the shadow there. You did good on the shadow.
I can move the shadow around.
Yeah, I want it to be in front like that. Yeah, that looks cool.
Environment.
Well, I kind of like that. It's the worst color possible.
Green.
Yeah, like what is that even? It's like a brownish, greenish, reddish, yellowish. All right, now I want the intensity ratcheted all the way up.
All right, let's just make everything.
Yeah, put them all at 100. What do you want? Less than 100? No, I want the best.
200. I want 200 intensity.
Can you put in 400? Yes, that is how you do it. Now go to value and can you put priceless?
Really high. Priceless. Nah. Won't let me type the whole word.
Okay, go with 3,000.
300.
Okay. I actually think that was a reduction, but
it defaults back to 100.
They're like, okay, yeah, we'll put it up to 300. Okay, guys, yeah, sure, 300 coming right up.
So we want all the intensity and all the saturation up. This hue is good. I think this was it 113. Yeah, that's what we want to keep it at 113.
And now it kind of looks fiery. I like that.
HSV, RGB.
The Rich and Jon Snow.
Yeah, you're really leaning into that thing that sounds like things.
I do that all the time. I just don't do it out loud. You know?
Yeah, that's probably I'm sure your wife put a stop to that at some point.
Oh, she did. Abruptly.
Can't imagine living with
and
you.
Not very courteously.
I think we got it looking pretty good.
Yeah, that looks great. Now, what about other fonts other than the default font?
So
do you think that's too bold of a move?
Let's I gotta change this. 1 sec. Okay. So
well, we got to think about like what are we going for, right? Like what do we want this to represent? Because fonts represent different emotions or feelings or what we want to elicit in people.
Yep, I got you.
How do we want people to feel when they listen to this? Angry? Frustrated? Uncertain?
Yeah, certainly not happier or joyful. That's we're
I would
not.
like people to I would like people to feel like this is an oasis in their otherwise frustrating day. An hour where they can just kick back and allow the synapses in their brain to navigate through um, their synaptic pathways without any rhyme or reason. A lot of different topics covered. And I want them to feel joy.
I don't know why it's not letting me.
I think I know why.
What's that?
Because you have no idea what you're doing.
That is true.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that
Just
lightning bolt. That was kind of cool. Go back to those shapes.
shapes, 2D shapes.
You know what? I like when we can replace letters with shapes. So like what shapes do our letters look like? Could that be anything?
The eye.
Yeah, the eye and rich. I like that. Yeah, see that's very cool. I need to thin it out a little bit.
Yeah, maybe not bold.
Or maybe we'll just make our symbol a lightning bolt. Our logo. Now make it yellow. Yeah, with a black outline.
Okay.
Yep, but thinner.
I don't think I can make it that thin, that much more thin. Thick. Oh, I guess you can do this.
Yeah,
That's the
there you
line.
go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, maybe just take the I in your name out and leave it as a space.
Okay.
That looks great. This is really coming along.
Got that circle
Hey,
there somehow.
hey, by the way, what are we doing here? What is this?
What do you mean?
What, you know what I mean. What is this?
This is graphic design. What a stupid question.
Do you remember our graphic design class?
Yeah, of course.
So we took a graphic design class in high school and we designed, it's not even worth talking about. We were idiots and didn't.
Yeah.
I actually kind of thought, looking back at that, that's one of the things I wish I would have taken seriously because it was pretty interesting. To be able to learn graphic design in high school was kind of a unique thing. I wish I would have paid more attention.
I feel like I learned a lot. I took it seriously, but I just made silly stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way to say it. Like we enjoyed the production of it, but we didn't, I wasn't like cutting out stencils on an actual silk screen. That's pretty cool.
That is, yeah, it was. And then just designing stuff on computers. That was worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the stuff was silly, but it looked good. And our teacher, JD Callis,
Yeah.
he was a really good teacher. And
Yeah, he was.
He let us do whatever we wanted. But he was like, "You make good looking." I remember him telling me. I think you and I weren't in the same class at some point. He's like, "You make really good looking stuff."
That's cool.
Like, good. I appreciate you. Game recognized game.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna start over.
What are you talking about? We're losing hours of valuable work.
But we're gonna get right back there. All right, 2D text. No, 3D text. Do you want any shapes for your name?
Yeah, maybe leave the O, and we'll use like a donut or something cool like that. Right? Like a donut or a beach ball. I think a beach ball.
Okay.
A lightning bolt and a beach ball go well together. Oh, whoops.
So this is where we get.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hey, I'm back.
So now we got to get. Let's look at different fonts. Are you a Mongolian Beati kind of guy?
Yeah, I used to be, but now I'm more into the Myanmar text. You know what? Give me like a Helvetica. Actually, this is kind of Helvetica. Let's go into the more eccentric.
Right.
I don't like that one.
Maybe wingdings, of course. We had a.
I don't hate that. So Does this say the Rich and Josh show?
Yeah.
So H is an ambulance.
H is an ambulance. A is a
S is a stadium. Is there any meaning to this? Like, obviously, there's consistency. It's not random, but like, do you know the origins of wingdings?
I don't. N is just a circle. And W is a golf pin. Golf flag. I don't hate that.
W is a golf. Yeah, W is a golf. I don't hate that either. Like, that's a cool logo.
Keep it simple. All right, let's make
That,
it. So how did
I'm
I
kind of
see
thinking like the
edit?
maybe I want the ambulance to be my O.
I guess we could do that.
Well, why don't we make the I and the O? Why don't we make like the vowels wingdings?
Okay.
You think that would look, you know what I mean? Like, just to have a couple of them in there?
Yeah. I think we could do that.
That should be really easy to do. You just highlight the letter and then change the
Well,
font.
no. Yeah, I don't think you can do it on. I think you have to like add. I'll just drag it in.
Okay.
So
Battleship, recycling, present, X, train,
Well,
Art Deco train. Do not enter.
That actually wouldn't look too bad. I'm just curious. Just humor me for a second here.
Yeah.
Like that.
What makes you think you can't just highlight one letter and change the font of just that letter? Because you can definitely do that.
All right, let's see. See, the problem is I click away from this and then I like can't get it back. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand how to use this product either.
There we go. Okay, but now I can't get to the font. Text.
I'm signing into Miro. Your time is not going to last very long. I'm authenticating with Okta.
It's all good. Maybe we
You know what happened this week? I don't know if this is interesting, but something happened for the first time in my. Have we been professionals for 20 years yet? Just about. Same question as the high school reunion, right? Yeah. In my 20-year career in software and technology sales, they lowered our quotas for the first time ever. Yeah, it's 20%, and we're a profitable Series C, $17.5 billion company with about $500 million in cash in the bank. So what I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that a software company as strong as it can be across many metrics froze hiring immediately. And after, we were hiring, I was doing when I was in the role where I was hiring, I was doing 4 or 5 interviews a day, like blistering hiring pace to frozen, now to quota reduction. I don't know.
It seems like there's this huge recession coming, but the numbers we're seeing, and a lot of this is tech companies are getting rid of people. And I wonder how much of that is just because they hired so many people in the last 2 years.
I think that's definitely part of it, right?
It's not as bad as that makes is them letting the numbers of people go as it sounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
So, but that's, I guess, good for you, but recession's coming, I guess.
Recession is coming. It's always coming. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, you want me to post it up?
Yeah. If you want to see how easy it can be in Miro. The thing is that we don't have a lot of fonts.
You don't have wingdings.
These are the only fonts we have. No wingdings.
Yeah, you gotta go.
We have permanent marker.
For the real see, it doesn't just change that one.
Yeah, you're right. But this looks pretty cool, huh?
It does. It's very informal. Very casual. Yeah. Perfect. Looks like a hello, my name is name tag.
Yeah. That's what I was going for. Actually, that would be a different color scheme. It would be like blue, right?
Can
That's
you
kind of blue and then white on the inside.
can you write on the top, "Hello, my name is the Rich and Joshua," like in a different font? "Hello, my name is" on top of that.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. I like that. That's a Helvetica.
Yeah, we can do
Hello, my
that.
name is.
There's no Helvetica, but there's like this. That's pretty much
Yeah.
Helvetica. Is there 3 dots in the hello, my name is name tag?
Let's see how it looks with it.
See how easy this is to use?
Yeah, I like it.
You would love this stuff, man.
I love that.
I'm
That's a
thinking
great
I'm
logo.
like I'm missing the I'm missing something from the actual hello, my name is. Yeah.
Oh, it's a much bigger hello.
Yeah, it's a much bigger hello.
Okay. 2 lines.
No dots.
Dots. 2 lines.
Actually, I'll probably do it as 2 different text elements. You like this font still?
I don't love it. I think
Yeah, I
needs
don't
to be
love it either.
bolder. Hello needs to be like bam, right?
Yeah.
What's that? What's that one? That's a little shadowy.
You want bangers, bro? Fredoka 1?
Yeah, Fredoga 1's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think maybe all caps.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that. Yes. God, what a weird looking word.
Yeah, it really is. Good point. I don't think this looks right like centered. Maybe I just need to make the shape a different size.
Yeah, it's got to be maybe a little bit longer. There you go.
Like that?
Yeah, that looks good.
Like the spacing is what's hard to replicate. Now imagine you're working on a project with someone and you can collaborate in real time with an infinite canvas and no limit to the number of users who can collaborate in the project at once. Miro, for a monster-sized problem.
So I think I love this. I think my name needs to be a little bit smaller. Hello
Yeah.
needs to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, that's the problem is that I can't get hello to stretch out more.
Just change the font size.
Yeah, but that's not gonna get us where we need to go.
Yeah.
You think like that? Or even bigger?
Than that. Yeah, bigger.
That big?
Yeah. Let's see what it looks like.
Hello is a weird looking word.
Hello, my name is the Richard Joshua. I think that looks good. And then can you add like a shaded portion like they are on the Google search?
Like, shaded portion at the top? Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. I just have to line up the curves like that. Or actually, I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, maybe
I might be able to. Yeah, maybe not with the curves.
All right. Well, whatever. That looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
whatever. Yeah. Doesn't that look great?
I think that's a great logo.
Actually,
Seriously.
what I could do to stretch it out is just write it in the middle of this thing. Right? Instead of adding it as a text box, I can just like.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It doesn't look better.
No. I think that's good.
Yeah. Hello is a really weird word. It's tripping me up. There we go, buddy. Logo logoed.
Save it. It's going to be up there where it says StreamYard, powered by StreamYard for the next time we do this.
Okay. I'm gonna invite you into this board.
Okay.
And this can be like our scratch paper for everything that we want to do.
Perfect. That's a good idea.
New market unlocked. Podcasts.
Podcast.
All right, I gotta go get ready for the workday.
Yeah, same. All right, dude. Take care.
Take care. Take care. You take care.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I will too.